Hello, I'm Kikostego, and this video series has a content warning. If you're somewhat sensitive, please go watch some other stuff on the channel. And if you're good, let's get into it. Hello, I'm Kikostego, and we're here with probably, I imagine, the last recording session for Slay the Princess. My brain loads like a 95 Dell. Yeah, we have several achievements to get, and one of them is to get all of the gallery. So I don't know if at the beginning of this series, with the whole mishap situation, we might have to clean up the gallery a little bit, but we will see. So let's get into it. Okay, let me pull up the guide, and we have not too many to go. Okay, we have to get the voice of the Contrarian and go fight the Fury. We don't even have a weapon.
I refuse to go out any way that isn't kicking and screaming.
Okay. They want us to hit round 3.
Your heart free of fear, you charge towards the princess, your eyes locked on each other, both of you prepared to lay down your very essence in one blow. It's now or never. Let's make it a beautiful blaze of glory. With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound. No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that.
I still like that. That's my stuff.
She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality. Who needs stuff anyway? Look at us! We might be all over the place, but we're fine.
We're not fine.
That's the first thing you've said that's made any sense. We may be down again, but we're not out for the count yet.
Still, you fall to pieces. What is the point of all this power if there's no challenge to using it? This is a numb existence.
Ignore her and push forward.
Though the ribbons of your unraveled body struggle to coordinate, you manage to put one foot forward.
Oh, so there is some challenge left in you. Let's see how long it takes to crush it.
The princess clenches her fist, and as her knuckles tighten, even more of you becomes undone. Your skin is flayed, your fatty tissue torn from your muscles.
What are you? You're clearly not your skin.
Why would we ever be just our skin?
Yeah, weird.
We lost so much of it last time. We're obviously more than that. Who cares? I don't like not having skin. It hurts. The pain doesn't matter. Just keep walking. She can't stop us if we don't let her.
Take another step.
Still you push on, placing one disaster of a foot in front of the other.
Perhaps muscle is where you dwell.
Ugh.
She smiles, and again her will tears at you. Muscle untethers from bone. But we need that. We can't do anything if we don't have muscle.
We got spirit.
Okay, Mr. Anatomy, I hear you. But have you considered how neat it would be if we still kept walking towards her without it? Yes, do it. Show her how tough we really are.
Between the stubborn and the contrarian, we can somehow go past death. Take another step.
You shamble on, a mass of organs suspended in bone, all held together by the thinnest strands of connective tissue.
I really thought that losing your muscle would be the end of you. This is exciting. We're in uncharted depths. I can't wait to see how much more of you I can take before you finally stop moving.
the less that remains of your body, the more fiercely your spirit struggles against that of the princess. But her power is immense. As your organs slip from between your ribs, she takes another step back. Only now, there is nowhere left for her to go. She's within your reach, if only you have the determination to reach her.
Of course we have determination. We made it this far, didn't we?
What does this make us? How can we lose so many vital parts of who we are and still be here? The exact same way we lost every piece of ourselves twice before. Have you forgotten that we've literally died? Twice.
True.
Come on. One more step. Do it. Hit me. Show me what you're made of.
I mean, if you really want me to, we can reach for your heart.
Your skeletal hand shoots towards her heart, but the closer it gets, the more brittle it becomes. Flakes of bone are peeled away, exposing the marrow, and the marrow melts, exposing nerves, and the nerves are stripped raw. Until what? I think he gave up on us.
Figures. He always seemed weak to me.
In the end, you're nothing. Just like what's left of me.
But we're still here, aren't we?
Yeah, that's weird.
Which means we aren't finished.
What are we supposed to do? Hit her with nothing?
You're damn right.
Yes.
They're weirdly a good team. Slay the princess. Something or nothing bursts forward from the place that is you. Threads in the shape of a pristine blade, they pierce her heart.
Huh. I felt that.
We actually did.
I imagine.
We actually won.
I always knew we had it in us. But what are we going to do with ourselves now?
It's cold.
Okay, we captured the Fury, so we got going the distance. I need a pen. The hell did my pen go?
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Don't worry about it.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Okay, approach the mirror.
You don't.
Ignore him. Gaze. Proceed. Approach. What happens now? Forget. Okay, next would be she eats, he eats, she eats, he eats. Weird. Okay, we need to get to the den with Stubborn. Jeez. You bring your fish crashing down to the open hole leading to the basement, throwing yourself off balance and tumbling headlong into the pitch black.
Stairs leading into the basement. There is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mould and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs, no entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
Okay, they want us to say nothing and silently proceed down the stairs.
You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed.
It doesn't matter if we can't see down here. We know where she is.
Step into the shadows, ready to
You
fight.
step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows.
Jeez.
You're quick to react, swinging your blade, its tip intercepting her before she can draw first blood. She recoils, stunned for a brief moment.
See, I told you. We needed to assert our might. We needed to prove to her that she can bleed too. She'll doubt her every move now.
Her gleaming eyes watch you from the shadows, unblinking. There's fear in them now. It is a fear wreathed in fury. And beneath it all lurks something far more primal. Hunger. Yes, she knows your strength now, and she wishes to devour it. How unseemly.
This is
I'd like to see her try.
gross considering the name of this
Princess
achievement.
lunges with even more ferocity than before. Both voices were right. Within that ferocity there is the clumsiness of doubt, a chaotic dance between impulse and restraint. Not a word is spoken between you and the princess as you exchange blows in the dark. The glint of bloody claws and fangs, the flash of wet steel. In the pit, all of your senses are heightened, each injury stinging like a chorus of insects, each small shift in your favor a major victory that swells your confidence. And yet, for all the wounds you've managed to inflict upon her, you remain at a stalemate. And then you start to lose ground. While your body slows, hers quickens, her wounds mending as she licks the blood of her prey from her dripping maw. So she really can devour our strength. Can we do something like that? All these wounds are starting to add up.
Nah, screw that. We're not stooping to her level. We'll just have to give this our
I feel
all,
like we are.
end it in one final hit.
Just start
We
eating
die
each
if
other.
we do that. We have to make ourselves like her. We have to embrace instinct. She shifts towards
Nasty.
you, her bloody grin shining in the dark. And then you see it. Your opening.
Take it. Put her down like the mindless beast she is.
Bite into her. Embrace instinct. Yeah, that's what it wants to
You
pick.
hurl yourself towards the princess's body, carving into her not with steel, but instead with tooth and claw. You are a blur of bloodied things that tear and rend. Yes. Yes. We are not prey. We are more. The princess howls in fear and outrage as you peel away a chunk of her flesh. But as the bloody meat slides down your throat, you feel invigorated.
Oh god.
Your wounds burn less. You feel faster, more responsive. Again.
That's the
more we take
adrenaline.
of her, the less she will be able to take of us. There is no time to rest if you're to do this right. She tries to bat you away with her massive paw, but as it smashes into your ribs, you clamp your teeth around the limb. You give her no time to react before snapping it from its joint.
Oh, Jesus. That's
The princess
gross.
falls back in pained shock as you crunch through bone, devouring the arm that was part of her. It's part of you now.
I
Your
mean,
wounds heal.
I
That's
guess...
disgusting. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but
You are the one who
what do
asked
you
if we could
expect?
do this. And if it means we win, well, we have to win. Victory demands we do whatever it takes to claim it.
Ugh.
I didn't think it would be so dehumanizing.
Neither one of us are human.
But we feel bigger than her now, don't we? The feeling doesn't linger. As you choke down the last of her severed arm, she lunges, taking advantage of the distraction. In a frenzied flash of blood and feathers, she rips into your side, swallowing another piece of you.
Blech.
Weakness returns. Her arm starts to mend itself, fresh claws sprouting from developing flesh.
I don't think that's how it works.
Can't be small again. We have to take more. We have to take it now. You descend upon her again, jaws gnashing, desperate to regain your power. You both lose yourself in the rhythm of the feast. You devouring her, and she devouring you, mending and bleeding and consuming in an endless cycle, on and on and on.
Come on, just one more bite, then we'll have her right where we want her.
Am I really the only one who's not on board with this? I'm gonna be sick.
Agreed.
The more you consume, the more the lines that differentiate you and her begin to blur, the flesh of your bodies twisting into warped reflections of what you swallow. You have to snap out of this. You can't destroy her if you lose sight of yourself.
We are the predator now. There is nothing to do but embrace our true nature.
But words fade into hollow vibrations as you and
Jesus.
she continue to tear at each other in the darkness. There are no beginnings. There are no endings. There are no moments of calm. There is only savage violence.
Yeah. This would be...
Did you say no endings?
Ugh. But he doesn't respond. He's gone.
But how are we supposed to know if we won? We have won. We'll never die so long as we keep eating. We can be forever.
But you and she are separated, your flesh ripped from where it joins together. Before forever can come to pass, you lock eyes, you see a new emotion there, shame. What have we done, they ask. Ugh. Yeah, this would be a really good, like, horror movie. If they could somehow CGI everything. You don't get the opportunity to respond, or ever it's time to leave, memory returns.
She's gone. And is that a mirror?
And that was thoroughly disgusting. She eats, he eats, she eats, he eats. Okay. Next would be Heroic Strike, but I don't think we can get that because that's also the den. So, Allegory of the Cage. Okay, so obviously we gotta get to the cage with the voice of the cheated. Let me borrow that
Don't
knife.
worry, you'll get it back.
That's ominous.
But she seems confident. Whatever it is she has planned, I think she knows what she's doing.
Oh, please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious. In case you need to hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give away your only weapon.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no...
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
Do you think this will work? Interesting that you're only having us remain in place. It's almost like there are very real limits to your power.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The world ends if we fail, right? Her killing us might not be our only failure state, if you catch my meaning.
I don't know where you're going with this. Could you explain? Yes, explain it.
Sure, I'm insinuating that we could kill ourselves. Ruin this whole thing.
You wouldn't.
Oh, he would.
I'm not afraid of dying. Are you?
A little. You got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing?
Oh, you know what she's doing.
She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
No.
Watch an uneasy silence.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck.
Blech.
I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches.
Should we talk about how we still have the blade? We never started with the blade before.
I hadn't actually noticed. Holding it's starting to feel natural, isn't it?
It doesn't matter if we spawn with it or have to trudge all the way up to the cabin to get it. It's not even a blade, really. It's just a dinky little knife. The real threat here can kill us without it anyway.
I didn't kill us without reason.
Well, you still killed us.
This is strange. You're not supposed to start with the blade. It says right here that you're supposed to find it at the cabin. Oh well, I suppose that doesn't make much sense anyway. It's better if you start with a weapon, so this is probably for the best.
Okay. I'm not taking the blade again. Toss your weapon into the woods? Okay.
Are you serious? The blade is your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do things right.
Nah, we're gonna freeball
You
it.
know what? Yeah, screw this. We won't play along with any of you.
You're all being ridiculous. Why would we disarm ourselves at a time like this? Don't you dare.
Do it. Toss the
Are
blade.
you even listening to me? Does my opinion count for nothing? We're never
Nope.
getting out of here if you don't listen. I'm intervening. We're not tossing the blade.
I'm in charge, and I say we're tossing the blade. You had your chance last time, and we all saw how that worked out for us.
Without another word, you foolishly hurl your only chance at victory far off into the woods, never to be seen again.
Never to be seen again. All we did was toss it into the woods. There's nothing stopping us from picking it back up.
Oh, but there is something stopping you from picking it back up. The fact that you already made your decision. As much as I'd like to turn back the clock, we'll all just have to suffer the consequences of what you've done. That's how decisions work.
Kinda true.
That felt good. Best thing we've done in ages. Whatever this bullshit world throws at us next, we'll always have this tiny victory.
Okay, silently proceed to the cabin.
You stand at the edge of a cliff. An abyss yawns beneath you, empty and...
Okay, it should be the same. Proceed. There's nothing for you to do but step forward in the basement. You already foolishly threw away your weapon, but still, your objective awaits.
And how are we supposed to get to the basement? I don't see a way down. All I see is a mirror. What mirror? There is no mirror. The only thing of note here is the door to the basement. Oh, don't you lie to us. We can trust our eyes, and I am not going to stand around arguing over a stupid mirror. I'm not going to waste time arguing with you. Just get to the basement, okay? The door's on the other side of the room. Then, I guess there's nowhere for us to go but forward.
Approach the mirror.
Onto the floor. Or what should have been a floor. Should have been? Yes, unfortunately, you realise too late that there is no floor beneath the metal. There is only a loose web of chains suspended over some unseen space. An unseen space that you are now rapidly plummeting through. Oh, now this is just absolute bullshit. Can't even walk across a room now without being plunged into an abyss.
You're too emotional. It makes us sloppy. We have to focus on details right now, and we can't focus on details if you're raging about every little thing that happens.
Are we supposed to focus on details while we're falling into a bottomless pit?
Don't be ridiculous. It obviously has a bottom.
Your fall is suddenly, painfully halted as rusty chains pull taut against your skin, their hooks digging into your muscle. You find yourself suspended in what appears to be a vast, dark space. the glinting of yet more chains merely hinting at its full dimensions. You dangle a few feet off the bare concrete floor. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. As your eyes adjust to your new surroundings, you make out a figure standing in the gloom, obscured in shadow. She watches you with the stillness of the grave.
Easy now. We don't know what sort of situation we're dealing with. We should let her make the first move. Let observation give us an advantage.
Sounds like a good idea. Wait for her to make the first move.
The princess takes a slow step forward. As she does so, the heavy chains shift, tightening and tearing at your flesh, your joints screaming in agony as the rusted hooks dig deeper. Stars dance in your eyes as the chain wrapped around your neck threatens to choke you. As your vision comes back into focus, your eyes fall on the body of the princess, finally emerged from the shadows. The body of the princess is a weird way to describe a person. It's only accurate. The form in front of you is a body, draped in raiments of chains, her head dragging along behind her in an iron cage. The head stares up at you but says nothing, and the chains squeeze ever tighter.
Oh, we're being strangled already? You haven't given us a chance to do a damn thing. What's the point of any of this if we don't even get to make a single choice?
I'm not here to give you chances. I'm here to set the stage and to dictate to you what happens. I can advise you on the correct course of action, but there are limits to my direct involvement. The choices, if that's what you like to call them, have always been yours.
A riddle while we're dying, isn't that just like you? Now to figure out what exactly you mean by choices. Oh, for the love of stop thinking and do something!
Okay, look. Look, I didn't even bring a knife. I just wanted to talk to you.
You're pleading with me as if I have a say over anything that happens here. Shouldn't you know by now that I don't?
Not really. I'm a little dumb.
And neither do you.
The body takes another step towards you, the chains around you tightening, the hooks boring deeper into your flesh. They constrict dangerously around your throat. You find it harder to breathe.
I don't think she's happy you're here. But what do I know? I'm just a set of eyes and ears. I don't make choices. At least not any that matter.
Oh, well, isn't that just convenient? It makes sense to me. She's a severed head. What control could she possibly have over her body? There's no connections, no nerves. So bodies can work on their own.
You know, I wouldn't mind that, actually. Maybe when the chain pops our useless head off, we'll get to run around without it.
In a different timeline.
Start, wasn't it?
They want us to say nothing?
Silence. Then maybe you finally get it. Everything we witness is just another shade of the same endless cycle. I wake up in chains.
The body steps forward.
Ugh.
Your bindings tighten again.
You come to me, knife in hand.
But that's not right. We didn't bring the knife. We even told her that earlier.
Your pattern is broken. I'm unarmed.
But that's not right. That's not the reality I've been looking at. You shouldn't have been able to do that.
We got the
body
cheated.
marching towards you comes to a lurching stop.
Huh. She stopped. What is that supposed to mean?
They want us to say nothing, so I'm not going to risk it.
You're staring at me like the answer is self-evident. But it can't be. Not after all that violent repetition. Oh.
Suddenly, the chains loosen. the hooks sliding from your skin. You come crashing to the floor, and as the chains rain down around you, her body falls too. The room settles into comforting silence. No more rattling of chains, no more slow, deliberate footsteps from the princess's body, only the soft click of the latch as it opens the door of the cage.
So that's really all it took?
The truth was right there the whole time. We just needed to believe we were better than this. I feel like a fool, really. But it's always the most complicated problems that tend to have the simplest solutions.
That is absolutely not how this works.
Looks like we've seen through your lies at last, Mr. the Narrator. If that even is your real name.
Oh, shut up. We got lucky. And you especially got lucky. Both of you talk too much. Give her a chance to say what she wants to say. I'm sick of treating this like some puzzle or bullshit game.
I want you to take me out of this place. That's all I've ever wanted.
The princess's body doesn't stand, instead holding the cage aloft, beckoning you to come near. If you take her out of there, if you carry her to freedom, it's the end of the entire world. You know that, right? Fine by me. This world is bullshit anyways. The rest of us will find one that's better. Besides, we already made our choice, all the way back in the woods. Nothing you can do about it now. I suppose not. You know, I think a part of me always knew this was doomed from the start. I'm narrating on borrowed time, aren't I?
You're damn right.
But even if I'm doomed to go, I might as well make sure you have a proper ending. Go on then.
Take your princess from her cage.
You cautiously approach the kneeling body and extend your hand, bruised and bleeding from the trials that brought you to this point. And then you take her from her prison. She looks up at you, and for the first time since you laid eyes on her, she smiles, warmly.
I have no idea how we're supposed to leave.
But the body points,
Climb.
and you follow its finger to a lone chain dangling from the doorway that sits far, far above you. Are we supposed to climb up while holding her?
Jeez.
I'll pull us out of here, if you just hold on.
I'm game.
So am I. Then get on with it.
Take hold of the chain.
Wrap your hand in the chain, holding tight as it starts to move and holding the princess close to you. Together, you rise out of the pit.
I'm sorry if I made this harder than it had to be.
You glance back towards the princess's body, doing its part as it hoists you up. It grows smaller and smaller, slowly disappearing back into the shadows of the basement.
No, that's not right. There shouldn't be an if. I'm sorry. I made this harder than it had to be.
Yeah?
She has a point, in a way. Our bodies don't matter.
We're almost there. I can smell the night air.
That bit of light feels like it's mocking us. At any moment, she could just drop the whole thing and send us crashing down. I don't think that's going to happen, mate. It'll be par for the course. And then the chain stops its ascent, depositing you safely in the cabin doorway. I guess you never closed it behind you. Well, there's only one thing left for you to do.
Shall we?
Since we're going for the allegory cage, we're going to step into your freedom, but we'll get back to this point for that one. Step into your freedom.
And so you step into a world ended by your hand. What a travesty. Goodbye. It's awful? Is he still there?
It has been
I
awful.
think he's gone.
We did it! That wasn't so bad. Now I guess we'll need to find a new game to play.
Thank you so much. I didn't think this was possible, but here we are. It's a little cold out here, isn't it?
You'll be with your friends soon. Do not get the chance to respond, nor you'll ever. Okay, we got the allegory of the cage. I'm ready to go back. Okay, I guess the next one would be wait. But we'll take a little break.